Hello, my darlings. Welcome to Becoming Abundant Podcast, the space where God and growth align. Hosted by Anna Maria Jinga. This is the #1 movement for freedom of the mind and heart. Let's start the conversation. Hello, my darlings. Welcome to another amazing episode here on the Becoming Abundant Podcast with your host, Anna Maria Jinga. Hi, how is everyone doing? How are you feeling today? We're wrapping up a whole beautiful year. 2025 has been such an amazing experience. Honestly, in my life, it brought so much change, so much completion, so much transformation, so much of who I got to become. I'm always really excited to see the next level, and I'm always grateful for the journey that has come. But the thing is, when we step into new identities, it's always that sensation of, can I hold this? Can I handle this? Am I able to not drop the balls? And I was talking to a client of mine this week about the difference between being able to hold everything as you expand and constantly juggle things. When you juggle things, you don't juggle heavy things. You juggle something light, something fun, something colorful, something joyful. You're juggling plates, you're juggling balls, you're juggling apples, you're juggling whatever. You're juggling emotions, you're juggling experiences, but you're not fully expanding. You're growing your skill as a juggler, but you're not fully expanding to become fully strong to be able to hold it. Because I can tell you for a fact, when you're juggling, you're not juggling dumbbells. You're not juggling weights. You're not juggling big, enormous, heavy things. But when you hold them and you walk with them, it's a steady marathon style of walk. It's not a sprint, but you know the more steps you take with the weight of everything, the stronger you become. So the topic for today is becoming the woman or the man who leads themselves well. Becoming the woman who leads herself well. Becoming the man who leads himself well. When we're stepping into our true identity, the one that God planted on our hearts and on our minds, we get to expand into that identity. We get to learn how to hold that identity and everything that comes with it. We get to fully embody who we are set out to be. So when on this journey that is concluding in 2025 for me, 25 has been a year of faith. My word of the year at the beginning of the year was, I put it for myself, grow in my faith more. And the more I allowed myself to grow in my faith, the more God brought things for me in my awareness to become stronger and more expansive about my faith, about what is possible, about what I can actually step fully into as I grow in my faith. And there's that verse in the Bible that says in Jeremiah 33:3, it says, call to me and I will answer you and share with you great and wonderful things that you yet do not know. And that sums up my whole 2025. I can tell you for a fact. I've called on to God and said, what do I do now? So many times, so many versions of me have this year have called out to God and said, okay, what am I to do now, God? What do you want me to do now? What is that next step look like? What is that new image for the business, the brand that you want me to build? What do I say to this person now? And I've always been put in positions of the old me would have freaked out and would have dropped the juggling balls and would have completely released the chains and the harnesses of this horse that I've ridden for the past year. But the new me, the woman that I've been becoming, the woman who leads herself well, I constantly went back to breathing and asking God, okay, God, what am I doing next? Every time I would have dropped things, I stopped before I dropped them and said, okay, what am I doing next? And God said this. God said that. God gave me the words to speak to those who I was speaking to be able to guide them, to be able to step out of my frustration or anger on or limitation, narrow-mindedness, and fully step into, okay, let's expand together. Let's breathe through this. Let's not juggle emotions, but hold them. Hold the grief and the pain and the frustration with the abundance and the excitement and the growth. Hold them. And as I held them, I became more of me, more of God's vision for me. Because when we have a vision for ourselves that I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be able to do all of these crazy, wild things, but not invite God in the passage, in the journey, in the next steps, I found that I always juggled instead of holding. And the juggling also created anxiety for me. The juggle created, am I able to catch it next? Am I able, oh, this might be heavier when it comes back down. Oh, how am I going to balance all of this? How am I going to walk while I'm juggling? How am I going to hold all of this together while I'm throwing them up in the air, hoping, thinking that they might not come back down? Maybe a bird just swoops by, or a wind just moves them slightly and they're gonna fall. And then I will have to pick them back up and then find again rhythm to juggle and find the balance and find the strength and all of that. But God had another plan. God had a plan to teach me how to hold, teach me how to be strong in my faith as I'm holding the weight of the challenges that came my way. And I felt every time I was thinking of juggling, he would say, why would you want to throw that up in the air? Hold it. I gave it to you because it helps you become stronger. Hold it. And I held it because it wasn't spiky or hard. It was warm and amplifying. Every challenge he put me through was warm and amplifying when I saw it for what it truly was. At first, I thought it would be hard and heavy and maybe sharp to hold. But then I realized it is not. It's warm and amplifying. And just like when we go to the gym, just like when we step into the gym the first time and lift the first dumbbell, you go for the smallest one, let's see. Can I lift this? Okay, I can lift this. Then you go to the next weight. Can I lift this? Okay, I can lift this. And you try exercises and you see that the more you do it, the stronger you become, the more weight you can hold, the more heaviness you can carry. And becoming the woman who leads herself well is carrying the weight with grace. Let me say that one more time for those who missed it. Becoming the woman who leads herself well is being able to hold the weight with grace. And when you hold the weight with grace, you become a more resilient version of you, not from a place of stress, not from a place of the heavy, let's put her down type of pressure that the world has. When you hold God's weight for you, you become the version of you that can hold the weight because you're put under steady growth-focused pressure. There's no, let's put more on her to beat her down. It's hold this too because you've grown stronger to hold it now. Hold this too because now you get to learn to breathe into the expansion. Hold this too because now you know how it is to also hold this other weight that helps you unravel more of you. It's so beautiful when God gives us that challenge and that grace and that abundance to hold. Because when we ask God, hey, I want to be able to hold a lot of money, He doesn't give you a lot of money. He helps train you, train your nervous system, train your body, train your mind, train your emotions to be able to hold little by little by little, because He doesn't want to crush you. He wants to strengthen you. If He gives you a whole lot of money all at once, and you are not able to even manage a little bit of money, you will drop that weight on the first try. You will see it as overwhelming, as challenging, or I now get to spend all of this money all at once, and then not be able to hold having the money without needing to run away from it through the spending, through the expenses, through doing more, just being there present with the money to hold it. Are you able to hold what you're asking God to deliver for you? And sit with this question for a bit. Are you able, truly able to hold what God can deliver for you? Or is it just your imagination right now where you don't know how to put the old personality down that will hinder you being able to hold what you're asking God for? And I'll give you an example. If you're someone that's dealing with health issues, let's go with health issues. I remember when I was in my early prime, I had a very heavy ulcers and gastritis. They are digestive issues that when I had them, it was very painful to eat, painful to breathe, painful to do exercises. It was just painful. So as I was asking God to give me health, I want to be super healthy. When I got to become super healthy and really, truly feel my strength back in my body, I threw it away. I went partying. I went eating all sorts of things. I went not sleeping at night. I went drinking all sorts of substances like alcohol and bubbly juice and all sorts of things that were not good for my stomach, because I thought, now I made it, I'm here, I don't have to maintain it anymore. But that was wrong. That was wrong. Because when God gives us what we want, He also expects of us to be able to hold it. And I wasn't able to hold it. So I went back into an even heavier weight of unhealthy digestive system, unhealthy emotions, unhealthy ways of taking care of myself. And it was harder the next time to be able to hold all of the healing. And it took longer. It became harder because I was trying to juggle. I'm going to be healthy now, and I'm going to eat this, and I'm doing this and that, whatever. I was trying to juggle instead of holding. But when I learned to hold the healing and hold the health, everything felt stronger. And I didn't take my health for granted. I held my health as gratitude every day. I didn't take my energy for granted. I took my energy as gratitude every day. Every time my body would feel tired, I would look, okay, what do you actually need right now? Because if I push through, is it going to be good on the other side, or is it going to be bad? If I need to push through, what can I do to support my body so it has the energy to push through? Is it eating? Is it working out? Is it having extra supplements? Is it having a nap in the middle of pushing through? What does the body actually need as I push through? Because that's how I hold the weight of my deliverance. I didn't need to hold the weight only for a little bit, just juggling up and down and up and down everything that came. I needed to learn how to hold the weight with grace, how to hold the healing with grace, and how to become whole in the process of holding. Now, that in itself is delivering me into my integrity and discipline and self-leadership. But at the same time, it also helped me model for others how to do it as well. So for this week, my loves, when you're thinking of becoming the version of you who leads yourself well, what are some things that you are juggling right now? And what are some things that you need to learn how to hold? And I will leave you with that because it's powerful, it's good, it's something that will help you unravel. And before I let you go back to your fantastic day, we are about 4 days away from wrapping up the whole 50 days of identity challenge, which was fantastic, which was so expansive. And a lot of you guys who have done the challenge with me already are seeing so much more momentum and growth in you. And I want to wrap it up in the most beautiful way. So Monday, I don't know exactly the time, but probably around noon. Monday, I will go live on my Instagram to share some more fabulous experiences from my challenge and from your guys' challenge as well. So make sure you keep your eyes on my stories. I will be announcing this weekend the exact time I'm going on the live. And at the same time, Tuesday being the day 50 of our challenge, I will be going live on Zoom where we get to speak together. So if you want to join, if you want to be part of that live Zoom room, I invite you to join the challenge. It's going to be down below in the description box, the link to the Instagram channel space where I will share the link to the Zoom. I invite you there. I welcome you with open arms. And let's make this end of 2025 the most magical, fabulous, fantastic year ever. I love you so much. Keep doing God's work. Keep training your nervous systems to be fantastic. Keep leading yourself into your becoming. Be disciplined and honor your integrity. I love you so much. Have a fantastic time ahead. And remember, my loves, stay salty and bright always. Bye.